Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your match review of Cameroon 3, Serbia 3 in a very, very good game of football. A game that showed fight, a game that showed goals, a game that showed end-to-end constant action, especially in the second half at one stage. I kind of regret missing the first half of this game, even though it wasn't my fault at all. But yeah, I missed the first half, unfortunately. When I checked the score, it was 2-1. Boy, I had to rush back home as quickly as possible to watch the second half. And I managed to. I watched the second half, and yeah, the second half even was better. Really liked the game. I'd heard things about the first half. I'd seen some of the goals as well. So in terms of a deep analysis of what I can say in terms of how the first half went, I can't really. I can only talk about what I've heard and what I've seen in terms of highlights. And obviously, yeah, one thing I noticed, one of the first things I noticed was Onana wasn't in goal, wasn't even in the squad. So then I had to go to social media and I found out that he had a dispute with his own manager, Song. That's the manager's name. I don't know whether it's Song or Son. I'm not quite sure whether the G's silent or not, but that's his name pretty much. He had a dispute with him. I think Onana wasn't happy about the fact that the manager was asking him to go long every single time with the ball because that's how the manager wanted to play. And Onana wasn't happy with it, so the manager decided to kick him out of the squad. And Onana decided to leave the World Cup effective immediately, or immediate effect with immediate effect. Yeah, so he left the squad with immediate effect. And I have to say, from Onana's perspective, I can understand because this guy came from Ajax, guys. So like, you're asking a keeper that literally knows how to play short, knows how to play some decent football, to play long. It doesn't make sense. It's like seeing Tite asking Allison to play long. It's like, what? Like, or Edison. Like, what is this, bruv? Like, long? Really? Like, come on. Onana on the ball is actually pretty good. So, and I think that point was proven by the first goal Serbia scored, but we'll get to that in a moment. From what I'd heard, it looked like Serbia was controlling the game. I'd heard that, they were very fluid, and I did see parts of that in like the first, 15 minutes of the second half. I think that was a representation of the way they played in the first half. They were very fluid in their formation. Everyone knew where to be. Everyone knew how to combine with each other. The front three, Milinkovic-Savic, Tadic, Mitrovic, were all combining, always looking for each other. Rotations everywhere within the team. The wing backs I heard were absolutely fantastic as well. Kostic and I forgot the other one's name. You'll see a name on the screen right now, but yeah. Look, at the end of the day, those two wing backs were absolutely fantastic, man, and they were a huge reason as to why they did well. Serbia within the first half, as in like to get those goals back, and obviously Cameroon probably get a goal out of nowhere. It was probably against the run of play. Set piece comes in. Um, flick on happens, and Castello, I think that's his name, gets the first goal of the game for Cameroon. And you think to yourself, wow, you know, Serbia 1-0 down. How are they going to respond to this, considering the talent they've got all over the field? So yeah, fair play. And then obviously, when you look at the goal that they equalized from, this is where I go back to now Onana's point of the ball being played long and stuff like that. And Onana didn't want it to happen, and the manager disagreed, and the manager kicked him out. And it's funny because I had heard that the first goal had happened because the goalkeeper for Cameroon today, who again I heard things about saying he's dodgy, not good on the ball. He could have saved a couple of I think one of the goals that Serbia scored. Seeing things about this goalkeeper too. And apparently he kicked it long when Cameroon had the ball. And then obviously Serbia won it back. They won the free kick. I think Dusan Tadic was the one who put it in, or Milinkovic-Savic, one of the two put it in. Pretty sure it was Tadic. And then, I forgot his name as well. Bloody hell. The defender had scored. It's the tall one. The one that's really been impressive. The 21-year-old. With barely any hair on his head. That guy. He had scored decent header, 1-1. And you think to yourself, yeah, Serbia back in the game. And then 2 minutes later, literally 2 minutes later, some good football, man, between I think Tadic, Milinkovic-Savic does the 1-2 with the right wing back, and Savic puts it in the corner, bottom right hand corner with his left foot. Really, really good goal. And Serbia are where you expect them to be, in the lead, playing good football, scoring a couple good goals as well. And Cameroon, yeah, they just were. Cameroon were just, maybe from what I'd heard, just disappointing. Maybe, like I said, I didn't really watch the first half, so I can't really go into too much detail in terms of the first half. In terms of the second half, though, and the second half, before Mitrovic's goal, who, by the way, apparently had loads of chances to score today, and he even had a couple of chances in the second half to score as well. So I think he'll be disappointed with himself that he didn't score a couple today. But it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, once again, really good football from Serbia leading up to the third goal. It's just a representation of how they were playing at the time, and I'm pretty sure the ball goes out to Kostic. Kostic gives it to Milinkovic-Savic. Savic all the way back to the right wing back. The right wing back puts it in, and Mitrovic is there for a tap in. It was a really, really well worked goal. Combination play between Kostic and his wing back partner. Obviously, Milinkovic-Savic involved. And yeah, Mitrovic just gets a tap in, probably the easiest finish he had today. So yeah, fair play. Think to yourself, 3-1 Serbia, all they got to do now is see the game out, maybe make a couple substitutes, be defensively solid as well, and stop Cameroon from getting back into the game. But Cameroon make subs. Aboubakar, the man that said he was better than Salah, the man that said he wasn't impressed with Mo Salah, yeah, saying I could do what he does and that, all of that. He was bringing that chat. And I can't lie, you see with the Aboubakar, yeah, I rate Choupo-Moting in it. Like, I think Choupo-Moting so far has had a decent tournament in terms of the way he played. I was impressed with him in the first game. This game, like I said, just to clarify again, I didn't watch the first half. The second half, you know what? Once again, with Choupo-Moting's performance, I thought he was pretty good. I think maybe especially since Aboubakar came on, I felt like he just lifted the whole attack game. And I think you see the first goal that Cameroon scored. Choupo-Moting drops a little bit deep, drags the defender. So that space is made for Aboubakar to run in behind. And then when he made the run in behind, I thought he was offside. The linesman thought he was offside. The ref probably thought he was offside. Aboubakar himself probably thought he was offside. The whole Serbia group thought that he was offside. Everybody thought he was offside. Every single person thought he was offside. He looked offside, I have to say. And then he done Milinkovic, I think it was, the other centre back today for Serbia, who was the one who played Aboubakar onside for both the goals that Cameroon had scored. And before I get to the goal, I just want to say on that, yeah, if you're gonna play a high line, everybody needs to be in sync. Everybody needs to know what they're doing. Everybody needs to be concentrated. I had a go at Germany for this the other day with Sula, keeping that Japanese player onside for Japan's goal, and I think I probably had a go at a couple other players and from other teams for doing this. But from Serbia's perspective, I mean, you're 3-1 up and you're still playing a high line. And it's like when Aboubakar came on, it was like Cameroon just realized that Serbia's game, and they just started putting balls in behind. They just started putting balls in behind. Yep, the midfield's clearly exposed. Aboubakar, make runs in behind. Because they're clearly playing a high line, just time your runs right. And Aboubakar timed his runs absolutely correct, although I blame it more on the Serbia defender Milinkovic, but it is what it is. He timed his run. Milinkovic comes in, he chops on Milinkovic, see you later, son, and he chips the goalkeeper. Now, the maddest thing is about this goal, yeah, is I think it's my favourite goal of the tournament. That's definitely my favourite goal of the tournament. Like, I love those chips, those outrageous chips are like probably like my favorite type of goals. I can't lie, in football in general. I think they're sick, man. I honestly, the height that it goes at, and then it bounces and goes into the roof of the net. Brilliant, absolutely rude goal. It was disgusting. From the way he done Milinkovic to the running behind to the chip, absolutely brilliant. And it's crazy because like I think he meant it, but at the same time he didn't. And let me explain why. So what I mean by he meant it was, I mean that in the context of, like I just said before, everybody thought Aboubakar was offside, including Aboubakar himself. Okay? He thought he was offside. He probably, well, at the time knew he was offside, when now we know he wasn't. But he probably thought he was offside. Just like the Serbia players, just like the referees, just like the fans in the stadium, just like me. They probably thought, just like you as well. You probably thought, yeah, he's offside. He knew he was off. I keep saying he knew he was offside when he was not, but he thought at the time that he was offside. And you could tell by his reaction after he scored that goal. He didn't celebrate. He just walked back and was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm offside. Cool. At least I scored a good goal. Like, whatever. It's not gonna count, right? That's why I think he meant it from that perspective. But I think if Aboubakar knew that he was onside, I think if Aboubakar knew there was a chance that this could genuinely be a goal, I don't think he attempts that. So that's what I mean by saying he doesn't mean it, but he does at the same time. He doesn't mean it because if he was onside and he thought that in his mind, then maybe he doesn't attempt that chip. And I don't think he does. But because he was offside, I mean, when you're offside and you're through on goal, I mean, you're going to try something quite crazy, aren't you? You're going to try something quite outrageous, aren't you? And he did. And fair play to him. It ended up being onside, and now that's probably going to be one of the goals of the tournament, if not the goal of the tournament, to be honest with you. Unless we get a 30-yard strike that goes into the top corner, I think that's goal of the tournament so far. Just like this game is probably going to be the most entertaining game of the tournament. A 3-3 draw. The World Cup is here. The World Cup is here, you know. Every year a World Cup, you always need certain factors, man. Then there's nil-nils and that. Nah, we want entertaining. We want goals. We want end-to-end. Yeah, we want chances created all the damn time. We ain't even seen anyone score a free kick yet. Wait till that happens. Wait till that happens. But after this game, the World Cup has arrived in general. I've enjoyed the World Cup in general, but like, it needed to go to that next level of quality of entertainment. It just needed to go up a little bit. And I think this game done that. So fair play to Aboubakar for that chip. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then once again, Serbia don't learn their lesson. They play the same high line. The manager doesn't learn his lesson. He only makes substitutes after the third goal that was scored, and it ended up making Serbia better, at least defensively. And going forward, they probably should have scored a couple, but it is what it is. So when you look at it, Aboubakar once again runs in behind. Milinkovic is the one who plays him on side again. He runs in behind. He squares his Choupo-Moting, bangs it in the back of the net, and it's 3-3 within 2 minutes. I think the timing between Cameroon's second goal and Cameroon's third goal was literally like less than 2 minutes. I'm absolutely convinced by that, because VAR didn't even take that long to like say the goal was it counts, the goal counts, and the goal is not offside. I can't lie, VAR for some of these goals, you know, even last night with the Rudiger offside, like they called that pretty quickly. I'm just saying, in the Premier League, guys, the referees would have taken 2 minutes to figure out them lines for that Rudiger offside goal. I'm telling you, whilst VAR, boom. That's why this semi-automated offside thing is actually really good. I actually do like it overall. They brought in the Champions League. I like it. It's in the World Cup. I like it, man. It brings more clarity, etc., etc. The only time they messed up was, I think, for Lautaro Martinez's goal against Saudi Arabia. Other than that, this semi-automated offside thing is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, they scored the goal. It's 3-3. It's absolutely madness. Cameroon get back into the game. The Serbian manager makes a couple subs, which makes Serbia better defensively and as a unit. Mitrovic could have scored a couple goals as well. There was one that he curled just wide. I think he was offside in that one. There was one where he ran in behind. He had a chance to either square it, and he fluffed his lines. So yeah, Mitrovic will be disappointed in himself, and I think Serbia will be overall disappointed that they did not run away with this game and end up winning comfortably, because I think if they had won this game, I would have probably 100% backed them to go through, because I do back them to beat Switzerland. I still do, to be honest with you. Unless Switzerland get the craziest result against Brazil. If Switzerland beat Brazil, though, that's crazy. And that will be the biggest shock of the tournament so far, which I can't see happening. I see Switzerland losing by a couple goals to Brazil today. So I think that's what Serbia want. That's what Serbia need in order for them to have a chance to go through. This draw is not bad for them. But in the context of them being 3-1 up, I think it is, in my opinion. But it means they've got 1 point. Switzerland have got 3. If Switzerland lose by a couple goals to Brazil, and then Serbia beat Switzerland in their last game, boom, then Serbia go through. And then obviously Brazil-Cameroon will be the last game. Cameroon, it's a good point considering the circumstances, but I think they should have gone for it. And I think they tried to, but unfortunately, they didn't quite get that goal. And yeah, fair play to them. They showed heart, they showed spirit, they showed fight. They managed to come back, take advantage, and exploit the weaknesses that Serbia showed in that half with the high line. So yeah, fair play to Aboubakar as well. That's his 34th goal for Cameroon. He also made history by being the first ever African player since 1966. So when data started coming in, so he's the first ever player since '66 to first African player since 1966 to score and assist in a game at the World Cup. So fair play to Aboubakar. Congratulations to him. And another record that got set was this was Cameroon's first ever time that they had scored how many goals was it? 3 goals in a World Cup match as well. So give it up to Cameroon, man. So yeah, fair play. That's it, guys. Sorry that it's a long video, but it is what it is. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, follow my social media down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.